What's going on, you guys? Today I want to show you my home gym setup that I'm going to use to combine with my mountain biking to get into the best shape of my life. Welcome back to Northwest Trail Series.
Oh my god! Oh boy! Oh, that's gonna hurt! That's gonna hurt! I'm okay!
Over the next few months, I'm going to be focusing on getting into the best shape of my life. And I've decided to take you guys with me on this adventure because I wanted to give myself something to do since I'm going to be really trying not to do anything crazy on my mountain bike until I get a big old hospital bill paid off. In this video, I'm going to show you my home gym where a majority of my upgrades to myself are going to occur so that when I do return back to the mountain bike, I'm going to be stronger, faster, leaner, and hopefully invincible. The centerpiece to my gym is also the most recent thing I've added to it, and that's a squat rack. In the future, I plan on doing some how-to squat videos and as well as some programming when it relates to mountain biking. Squats have definitely seemed to be the most important thing that I've added to my workout routine. It's most would argue it's the most important compound movement that you could be doing for any strength program, but I found just for mountain biking, it's the number one thing that's added just the most horsepower to my mountain biking. I can just fly up hills now. Just super awesome. This old bench press I bought back when I was in high school, and I found that I don't even use it anymore now that I've upgraded to having a squat rack. I would say buying a bench press is kind of a waste, especially since the bench press that I bought there cost almost twice as much as this squat rack did. I mean, I had to add the bench to it, and that cost a little extra too, but it's just so worth it for the safety factor, and then you can just really push yourself and your strength when you don't have to worry about getting stuck underneath it, especially if you like to train alone. Getting yourself a really nice weight set, a nice barbell, and I got a set of bumper plates, which aren't really necessary unless you're planning on dropping the weight, doing some, I don't know, overhead stuff or power cleans or anything where you just need to get the weight down safely without it destroying the floor. I don't really I try to set things down pretty gently, but I got a nice rubber mat on the floor and bumper sets, and I figured that's just a good way to ensure that I don't mess up my floor since it's a rental house. The best part about having the barbell set is it just enables you to do all of the major movements: the squat, the bench press, the overhead press, the deadlift, the bent over row. Just by doing these movements, you're able to load on the most amount of weight onto the barbell, and you're able to add the least amount of weight onto it and just make this steady linear progress where you just end up seeing the most results and you're continuously improving. And it's just really the best way to go to the gym is when every single time you go, every time you work out, you're always lifting something just a little bit heavier, you're always progressing, and it just adds a whole nother factor to working out that really gives you the most amount of accomplishment that you can have, which just feels super good every time you go. The next thing I want to show you is my cable machine. It's one of my favorite pieces of equipment I've ever bought, and I think I've gotten an enormous amount of benefit from it. I don't know if it's necessarily an essential thing, but I came across mine on Craigslist pretty cheap, and I just had to go grab it. I had to score that because that just seemed like the coolest thing to add to my gym. It's a great way to really focus on training your back. Doing pull-ups is it's a set amount of weight, and it can be very difficult for many people. So having a good way to do these lat pull downs like I'm doing here is just the ultimate way to activate your back and just kind of build some muscle back there. And it also adds you to be able to do just some straight lat pulls, which are really good. Those two combined, I think, does more than enough for doing any for just strengthening your back. Really, the thing just adds a bunch of variety that you can add to your workout, and just kind of ensures that you're always able to trick your muscles into doing something new and just kind of getting the most out of each workout. Lastly, I just wanted to show you guys these last two exercises. I've been trying to build bigger arms for for my whole life, and I never really saw any results until pretty much, I don't know, the last 6 months or so. It was really after my mountain bike crash that I started trying to really get some upper body strength built up. And I started just seeing some really crazy results recently, and I think it's just because you're able to put it's such a strict movement, and it just, I don't know, it's getting me some really good results. And I think it's some huge benefits when it comes to mountain biking, is to have some really strong arms, just for like safety and for just performance, and you know, for the aesthetics of it too, because I mean, who doesn't want to have bigger arms, right? You know, it's all about get those gains, bro. Also, having a music box is super important. That's like the best way to pump up your energy when it comes to working out. And I also wanted to show you my lifting shoes. I found that these are just super important. I've only been using them for about 6 months, and I find that it just helps with like keeping your knees happy while doing the squats and helping you get to the proper depth. And this last part is getting yourself some nice whiteboards. I don't know. There's plenty of ways you can do it. I like using a whiteboard because it helps me just kind of keep track of all my lifts and all my progress. And every time you're able to track your progress, I don't know, it just ensures you have a better workout. Thanks so much for watching. And if you are on your own journey to become the fittest version of yourself, or you know, just trying to get in shape, why don't you leave a comment down below? I'd be curious to hear from you. If you liked the video, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you want to see a video next week as I begin my journey to become the fittest version of myself, why don't you go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next week. Thanks so much, you guys.